All right, y'all. I just wanted to stop by for a little bit. I wanted to talk about this move, and I wanted to talk about some potential moves that the Cowboys should do, especially going into this bye week. That not only will fix his defense, but will fix his offense. And we're gonna talk something about Rashaan Evans. See, I remember Rashaan Evans because before I hopped on YouTube, I used to did what I did this off season, which was scout players. I used to just do that for fun. Now I'm putting what I did for fun into content. So I'm gonna tell you what it was. So what it was it was out of Rashaan Evans and Leighton Vander Esch. That was the talk. I remember Brian Broaddus was talking about that. And me, I wanted Rashaan Evans because of the physicality that he brings and a leadership aspect that he brings with that Bama pedigree. But the Cowboys went on ahead and went with Leighton Vander Esch because Leighton Vander Esch not only had a little size on him, but he was the better cover linebacker, right? You see, Rashaan Evans was the hitter. He was the enforcer, and Leighton was the better coverage. So, the Cowboys went with going ahead to, seeing how the league was evolving, and they wanted a linebacker that can get all over the place. Well, Leighton is still here, evidently, and Rashaan Evans, I believe Tennessee drafted him, and he bounced to Atlanta. Uh, and I seen that Philly signed him for a couple days, and now he here. Now I believe now probably linebackers. It's I wouldn't say come a dime a dozen because it doesn't, but I think part of the reason why that he is going from team to team now is because he ain't the best when it comes down to coverage, right? Now he could drop, he he fly around, but as far as the athleticism that Leighton has, he doesn't have it. But I'm not looking for that. We can hide that actually. I just need somebody that between the tackles. I just need somebody that's in front of who's gonna be a real linebacker. And Rashaan Evans can do that for us. Now I'm not asking for Rashaan Evans to give me all of the snaps because we have linebackers and safeties that we already know that we're going to rotate. But what Rashaan Evans can bring to the table is what this team is missing, which is a lack, which is physicality, right? Um, so if you put Rashaan Evans next to somebody, say for instance, if you start playing Micah Parsons more, that's ideal. If you put him next to a cover linebacker, you can hide that and you can get away with that and you can do some things, right? So, but if you put him next to other liabilities, it just ain't gonna work. And I believe that if I'm not mistaken, in Tennessee early on, he was next to David Long. So you can see kind of why that pair didn't work. Not saying that David Long is a weak linebacker because he's not, right? But they're kind of similar in the aspects of what they bring to the table. Tackling machines and two tackling machines and just okay in coverage is that's gonna cause for some problems. So that's where I'm at in that. Uh, when Leighton Vander Esch come back, I compare him with Leighton. Um, when I compare him with Micah, I compare him with Clark, right? That's for a team that lacks a true Mike, Rashaan Evans is that, right? Now this is just a stopgap. We hoping that he can go ahead and we can get whatever is left of him, whatever he got. We hoping that we can get all of that, right? I'm hoping that this move works. I'm hoping this ain't just a depth move. I'm actually hoping that the Dan Quinn realizes it and plays him because to get a linebacker like Rashaan Evans, evidently they understand that we ain't physical. We need somebody that's gonna pop, right? That's where it goes. I think they overlooked a little bit because he ain't gonna More than likely, he ain't gonna carry no running back 15, 20 yards down the field, right? He might be a liability when it come down to covering, carrying some tight ends, right? We understand that, but I don't care because I know that we soft. And bringing in that Bama pedigree, man, I'm with that. I'm with that. And I tell you like this, Jerry, you 5 years too late because I originally wanted him, and I thought that that'd be ideal for the Cowboys. But nonetheless, I guess they liked him too back in the day. So, but he here now, right? So when it comes down to that, that's what he gonna bring to the table. And you know, as far as bringing in Mozzie, and you got Hank and you got Osa, um, who collectively has done a solid job, right? I don't truly have no complaints with none of them, right? Now, could we, now I'm always about getting better, but as far as the interior, I don't have no complaints right now. Um, so now it's even more essential that those boys keep your linebackers clean. Because if you giving Rashaan Evans clean work, Rashaan Evans can go ahead and bring some boom. Rashaan Evans, I remember one time he was mic'd up and the running back was trying to run him over. He said something like, "Oh, you was trying to run me. I don't know why you trying to think you trying to do that." He be talking that stuff. But yeah, enforcer. That's what we got. But I wanted to talk about some solutions as well. That you can go ahead and add and looking at the linebacker position, I totally wouldn't be done and seeking help in that department. Because it seemed like Dan Quinn is kind of ignorant when it comes down to his use of Micah Parsons and not understanding what he truly is. So, with that being the case, I wouldn't, you know, from the track record, I would expect that Micah still plays a whole lot more defensive end. And if Micah play more linebacker, this is because Leighton is out, right? Not understanding as what we say in the film session that he needs to be playing more linebacker in general. But with Clark playing terrible, let's be honest, Clark is playing terrible. He's terrible. Leighton out. You got no Cox. You got no Harper. Marquise Bell, he coming off one of his worst games. He's supposed to be instinctual in coverage because he is safety. And the Niner game, it showed that he was everything but that. so what it's looking like now is Clark, Rashaan, and Mike. He gonna have to get some time this week. That's why he's brought in earlier. He gonna have to get some time this week. They're gonna have to throw him in there. He gonna have to get some of them simple. He don't have to play the whole game, but he gonna have to get some time this week because you can't keep rolling out Clark. He's starting. He's starting to really be a liability because the same things week in, week out, it keeps reoccurring with Clark. He keeps getting stuck. It's just I don't know if it's still too fast for him or what. Now, I still believe in the talent, but right now, he ain't looking too hot. I don't think that he can't be resurrected, but I think he need to get under some more guidance. I think he needs some better coaching. I think he need to get under some real linebackers, and maybe Rashaan Evans can go ahead and take him under. Maybe Rashaan Evans can take all these young linebackers under their wing and show them like, this is what it is when it comes down to being enforcer at this line. This is what you need to do. Hopefully that can go ahead and come to fruition. Also, this had came to my mind these past couple days. So now we're gonna talk about this team real quick. So look, one thing the Cowboys always have is a running back. And although I'm with being cheap at running back, we didn't go ahead and get to do that because You missed out on the draft. You ain't, unless you're gonna go next year and try to find one, I think you should trade for one now. And there's one particularly on my mind that I would like to have. See, when you think about Dallas, right? You think about Zeke, right? You think about Emmitt Smith, right? You think about all these. See, Dallas ladies these names that running back. They love guys that can carry the load. Darren McFadden, DeMarco Murray, right? They that so when you think of Dallas, you think of them. So here's one option, right? See, if you're willing to pay Tony Pollard $10 million, then that means you're willing to go ahead and give a talented running back around that amount. And seeing what Jonathan Taylor got per year with the Colts, why not go trade for Josh Jacobs? Right? Now, there's other names that I'd be interested in, but Josh Jacobs got my mind. And I'm going to tell you why. One equation that we missing when it came down to putting a full team around Dak is production out of the run game. You see, although in 2016, when Dak had that offensive line, he had some weapons to throw to, right? There's also one thing this offseason that we didn't address that we thought could have been decent, just turned out to be far from the case, and that's running back. Dak need that guy. And I think Josh Jacobs in his ability to run that football and run that football with physicality and also be able to catch out the backfield, I think that will be nice for the Dallas. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because look, regardless if we think Dak gonna be here past this year or not, more than likely you're gonna bring in a young quarterback, whether you draft it or whether it be Trey Lance, right? Them quarterbacks need running backs. Even Aaron Rodgers over there in New York need a running back, right? So why not go ahead and address that position? We know Deuce Vaughn is going to be here for the future, but I don't think Tony going to be here for the future. I don't think Rico going to be here in the near future. So why not address that right now? Now you can go ahead. Now I know running backs, they fall off and they fall off quick and they come a dime a dozen. Why not why not give him 3 years, a 2-year deal and a year option, a team option or a player option or something? Why not sign him for that couple years? And because you can get a couple years of production out of him. Now I'm not saying sign him for no 4 or 5 years, but why not a 2-3 year deal? Why not? That'll not only help this offense out, with us not having no identity. Like CD said, we ain't got no identity. I don't know. But you bring that running back in, that's gonna help your quarterback that you're paying damn near $50 million to, right? That's gonna help this offense. So why not go ahead and invest in a running back at the deadline? Or go invest in a running back that's on a rookie contract that can do some of the similar things. How do you feel about, some, for instance, like how do you feel about the Broncos running back? Williams. Somebody like that. Somebody that can go ahead and be a complete running back and really help out Dak Prescott in his offense. Since we're going ahead and putting all these resources in, since we understand that they want Dak Prescott to beat us, but if we can't get nothing in the running game, which we got absolutely nothing from our running backs this past thing, this 49er game, I'm glad it happened so early because now you get to realize, instead of realizing it late, there's a whole lot of holes and a whole lot of weaknesses that need to be addressed and need to be addressed fast. And we still got this trade deadline and free agency to go ahead and at least maybe patch up some holes or at least address one hole or two for the next couple years. So why not go get that running back? The identity. We got the 88s of the world. We got the Aikmans, the Romans, the Romos, the Starbacks of the world. But guess what, though? That running back is also a part of that star. So why not go get a running back? I say that'll go ahead and help the defense, Dak, your future. just by going ahead and addressing that running back. So I wouldn't be opposed to going ahead and addressing that. Now, also, I'm gonna tell you an in-house fix. Like I said, keep Micah at linebacker the majority of the time, and you need to go ahead and activate Viliamu Fahoku. You need, like I said, Dan had Red Bryant, somebody that's gonna not play a gap and a half. He's gonna play two gaps. Big Red Bryant took up two gaps. That's what you need. And I believe Viliamu Fahoku, which was his MO at San Jose, was stopping that run. And I think by going ahead, see, I'm willing to sacrifice a couple of your defensive ends, an end or two or whatever, to go ahead and bring him in. Go ahead, trade. Go ahead and get rid of one of them ends. They ain't gonna do nothing. Get rid of Doris Armstrong. Get rid of him. And go ahead and play that rookie. So you did that. You got a stopgap at linebacker. Now I didn't expect no big fix at linebacker. They probably gonna have to draft one though again. I didn't expect no big fix there, but I expected a stopgap, and hopefully Evans can at least be that stopgap for the rest of the year. And we just move how we move after the year, but hopefully we got that stopgap this year. As far as in the back end, you need to go ahead. I don't know why Israel ain't playing, because I just thought it was ridiculous for when we had got a little banged up at corner for you to bring in Noah and he get cooked that next play. I just found that ridiculous. And now I could tell you I could be a little bit more comfortable with Israel because I didn't see Israel perform in the biggest of stage. I've never seen Noah perform in the biggest of stage. I seen Israel perform against the Niners. I seen Israel perform against Tampa Bay. So why is he not playing? Is he banged up? What's going on? Am I missing something? I say give him a shot, especially when you got Gilmore. Definitely done lost 2 steps. Good vet corner, but he just lost a couple steps. And since your safeties can't cover worth the lick, since Curse ain't covering worth the lick, since Donovan Wilson, whether he's just still banged up, but we know he couldn't cover even when he was healthy anyway. Let's be honest here, right? You got a couple safeties that you banking on in your start lineup that can't cover. So you probably gonna have to see a little bit more Wanye, and I will be open to seeing a little bit of Israel to go ahead and help this back end. The fixes, you can fix all that this year. You can address all that this year because Viliami is going to address your toughness and going ahead and address your edge and setting the edge because you don't need no twitchy end, right? Look at Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa ain't no twitchy end. Nick Bosa is a big stout defensive end, low to the ground, right? And Viliami can go ahead and provide that. So it's simple fixes. It really is. You got a lot of that on the roster to go ahead and see. Now, I don't expect. Now, look. Now, as we said, we can't replace Trayvon Diggs. We understand that. But you can go ahead and get through the season. And since we like to go ahead and have players that play 2, 3 positions, man, you might want to go see what Israel can do. You might want to give him a shot. I say it's worth the shot. Linebacker, though, I'll be honest with you, I still wouldn't be done there. I still wouldn't be done at linebacker. I still go ahead and I still go look for one. I still go trade. Like I said, there's a couple that I got in my mind. Josie Jewell. I don't think that'll take too much. Rodriguez is just sitting on the bench over there in Detroit, so I'm pretty sure that wouldn't take nothing but little. And the reason why Rodriguez ain't really playing is because his lack of length, and I guess sometimes he'd be a little bit off at coverage. But one thing for sure, I know Rodriguez is he a tackling machine, and I definitely was exposed to him last year, the first game of the season, right? I think a lot of our in-season fixes for linebacker, teed up, is linebackers who ain't the best like we have right now in coverage. But like I said, if you're playing multiple safeties, you shouldn't have to worry about that. That should be covered. But you need a linebacker that's going to come up and pop. So they need to keep addressing that. And Rashaan Evans, even though he probably lost a step. The linebacker is it's a demanding, a physically demanding position, right? But it's one thing that I've seen him, I believe, man. What was it last year? 'Cause I know Evans had a couple years where he was banged up, but I think it was last year with the Falcons. I still seen Evans out there filling that gap. I still seen Evans popping, and that's what you need, and that's what I'm excited to have. I don't care. He ain't got to be no Ray Lewis. He ain't got to be none of that. I just need somebody who gonna be willing, who gonna see it and go, who gonna go ahead and be in the right place at the right time. Who's gonna go ahead and attack them blockers with a force and get off with force? See, we have linebackers that can't get off blocks. We have and especially you got to at least see one thing's for sure. Either you got to be great at avoiding them blocks, slipping them, going in, go do what you got to do, or you need to be great taking them on. And we have linebackers that do neither. Our linebackers don't know how to scrape. Damone Clark don't know how to scrape for some reason. He don't know how to scrape. And he's easy to pin. He's easy. And I know for sure, Rashaan Evans will not be easy to pin. We need a D tackle. Hey, it's crazy that you say that, Rich, because I was just talking to somebody last night, and I was saying I like Hankins though, but he seemed to be a shell of himself, right? That could be him being in the league for quite some time and also being banged up in the trenches. But I also said that too, Rich. So I'm not opposed to addressing that as well too, because I actually do agree, whether it be adding to it or subtraction by addition. I'm with you. Like I said, we should have never even got rid of Vanilla Gorilla, and we definitely should have never got rid of Bohannon. Bohannon would, like I said, we didn't need too much. That's all I didn't understand. See, look, I understand Dan Quinn's thinking, but just because I understand it doesn't mean I disagree. Don't mean I agree with it, and I disagree with it. I disagree with you keeping Neville Gallimore, because Neville Gallimore is the quickest D tackle that you got. That ain't no mystery. His get off is crazy. But one thing's for sure, just because you get off the ball don't mean you're gonna get there. He don't get there. So what good is a get off? What good is you being quick and you can't get there? I think his best game that I've seen him in quite some time was the New England Patriots, but that was enough for me to go ahead and be like, damn, we need to use Neville Gallimore. Nah. So yeah, I agree. Rich. I say, even though Hankins may be a shell of himself, you keep Hankins. You continue to build, because Mozzie, I seen Mozzie. See Mozzie though, look. I know I ain't talk about it though, because I've been talking about, other people, right? But Mozzie had some snaps last game where he was pushing that pocket. So Mozzie coming along, right? I got patience with Mozzie. So me being hard on Mozzie, I'm not gonna do that this year unless he just do something just like, yo, what is you doing? But other than that, I got patience with Mozzie. I like to continue to bring him along. Like I said, I wouldn't expect Mozzie to really start jumping out till like middle of the year. And it's getting close to that. Middle of the year, end of the year, that's when we're gonna need him. Because he will be taking over for Hankins probably next year. But yeah, definitely another addition, definitely another big boy. I don't care about, look, if we got Mozzie and Osa, they enough to push that pocket. If we can't push it with them two, then what the hell, right? Osa gonna push that pocket when needed. See, look, it ain't like we got Quentin Williams, right? It ain't like we got Chris Jones. We understand that. Unless you go get one, and then now we talking something different. But unless you want to go get my boy Derek from the Panthers, then we talking. But We ain't playing fantasy, but we could though. But let me get back to the topic though. But uh yeah, we need a 4D tackle and quit getting these tweeners and really go get a 4D tackle. Like I said, I like you got a plethora of ends that you can rush inside though, but right now we don't need that. Right now we need to continue. See, we got like I said, we got linebackers who's not gonna really get off blocks like that. So you need to go ahead and have your deep tackles in waves, keep them clean. And right now you only got 3D tackles. That's not enough in waves to keep it. See, I was more comfortable with the D tackle if we would have kept the Bohanna, or even if you didn't keep Bohanna, address it though. Go bring in another 320 plus type of dude. Because they out there, right? They out there. Keep it in waves to keep them clean because you can't mess around and put DeMarcus Lawrence at 3 tech and keep putting Dorrance Armstrong at 3 tech, which they did and it didn't work. Well, Lawrence, it'll work because Lawrence is a bad boy. He still got it. He's going toward the end of his career, but he still got it. But Dorrance at 3 tech, hell no. Hell no. And that's not gonna work. And so you need to go ahead and get you some. Yeah, I agree, Rich. Get you another D tackle. And you can get that for the cheap. I see you're gonna get some compensatory picks. And if anything, you could trade one of these DNs and go get you another pick. You're gonna get a couple of them of Dalton Schultz leaving. And man, look, I wouldn't be too worried about these picks this year. You already did what you did in the draft. You got your core, you got your base, right? You missed some picks, and that's gonna hurt, but every team missed some picks, right? But here's the matter. Here's what it is. If Jerry thinks he is so close to the Super Bowl, you got to understand you've been drafting for quite some time to get to this moment. But there's always going to be somebody that comes from another team that's going to change the trajectory of your team. And they're going to have to figure that out, right? The Rams, they went to go get Matt Stafford. They went to go get Odell. That changed the whole trajectory of their team. The Tampa Bay Bucks went to go get Tom Brady. That changed the whole trajectory of their team. And if you're going to continue to roll with Dak Prescott, I think what would change the trajectory of this team is to get a running back right now, and maybe going ahead and spending something else at linebacker, getting you an elite linebacker. They out there, go get it, or go get them resources and to really help this defense. Go get you a D tackle that can make plays up the field, like really make plays up the field, like a Quinn and them. That'll go ahead. Look, that'll combat a whole lot of things that you got going on. When you got a D tackle that can go ahead and make noise, that's gonna combat and that's gonna hide some of your weaknesses. When you got a D tackle that can get a field consistently, when they got to worry about Micah outside and they got to see. Look how the Chiefs. Remember this. Look how the Chiefs were built. Chris Jones, Frank Clark. I got to worry about, and Frank Clark had a lot of love from Chris Jones and vice versa. But they continue to bring back Chris Jones because they know they need him. When you look at the Super Bowl winners, look who's been winning the Super Bowl. Teams with D tackles that can wreak havoc up the middle. Not Michael Parsons type ain't been winning Super Bowls. Teams that can wreak havoc up the middle. That's who's been winning it. Of course, Tom Brady was going to get his, but Tom Brady, guess what Tom Brady had? He had Devin White. He had Levante David, who I'm interested in. Even Levante. But they had Pierre Paul, Shaq Barrett, Vita Vea, Golston. So it ain't like they didn't go ahead and invest in it. Freshly, when you invest in your front, you ain't worried about the back end. See, in our reality, if we really invested in our front, we can keep the back end the way that it is. because the front gonna take care and wipe everything out. You see how the Niners invest in their front. They ain't worried about it. They rolling with bum ass Lenore. They rolling with secondary that we always say every year, time after time. Yo, we can attack the secondary, but you know why we don't? Because they front seven wreak havoc. Fred Warner wreak havoc. Greenlaw wreak havoc. They got Kinlaw in there. They got Bosa up there. They got Hargrave up there. They invest, right? They had D4. Now they brought in Randy Gregory. They're investing in their front seven, and it's getting some decent safeties. Tashawn, that fake ass Troy Polamalu. Dude that I be telling y'all about, Fonga. They got them. You don't need no elite corners to win in this league. Even the Chiefs don't even have no elite corners. The Philadelphia Eagles invested all that money into them corners, and they ain't win no Super Bowl. You don't need elite corners to win. You got to invest in the things that matter. And even though the Cowboys think they're doing something by bringing all these defensive ends back, the mix is not the way it's supposed to be. It's not. It is not. Look at the demeanor of Frank Clark, Chris Jones, when they had Derek Nottie. Like, look at the demeanors of the Chiefs D-line, and look at what they brought in. Bolton. The Chiefs brought in Bolton. Look at the investment that they are putting in there. The Rams. They won that with the Bama D tackle up front, and Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, what was it, Vaughn. Look at the investment that they are putting. Look what the Bengals are doing with them when they invested in the Ravens D tackle, Hendrickson. Look at the investment that they are making up front, and they brought in the linebacker that y'all remember I did the film session on. So they make the investments up front, and we are not making the proper investment unless we don't know how. See, if we don't know how, then we need to go ahead and trade for one that's already established. We need to trade for something that's already established. We're not making the proper investments up front. You can hide some of your deficiencies in the back end if you just make the proper investments up front. Now, one investment that I do like is Viliamu Fuoku. Unleash that man and quit playing. What he's shown you in the preseason, he didn't show you nothing that he shouldn't not be inactive. Get rid of Ghosting ass. He ain't doing nothing for you. What the hell you got him on here for? Get rid of Ghosting ass. Get rid of Neville Gallimore. He's dead weight. He dead weight. You got Sam. You build off that. You build off of Hoku. You roll to Lawrence. The wheels come off. And then you got Micah Russian. That's enough. That is enough. That's really enough. Get rid of some of that D-line and go invest you in some things that's going to matter. I'm telling y'all right now, remember I said this. Running back, invest more into some real boys in that D-line right now and see what you can see. To see the Broncos is having a fire still. Matter of fact, hold up. Other than Josie Jewell, give me a second. Terminator, Teflon. Denver Broncos. I'm telling y'all, look, they having a fire still. Look. I'm interested in Singleton or Josie Jewell. I'm interested in Zach Allen. And I'm interested in Mike Purcell, D tackle. That's who I'm interested in. That's all I'm interested in. Because there's some other players that I've seen that yeah. You know, they pay Simmons, so I wouldn't even I think they pay Simmons, so I wouldn't even take on that damn contract. Nah, that even. So you play your younger guys in the back end. Go ahead and start giving Israel and Wanye a little bit more because the safeties that you got right now, hey, they just banged up and they just can't cover. And that's why I said I didn't even understand why they even brought Wilson back. Because you could find there was hella Donovan Wilsons in the back end in the draft. There was hella Donovan Wilsons. There's, and, and if anything, you could go ahead and put Curse where Donovan was at, and then go get you somebody younger. Shit, you play Marquise Bell, and to get what you get now. If you see, that's why I didn't understand. We put the resources into the wrong things. We talking about we wanted to keep. See, look, yes, the cool thing about it is they brought Wilson back because he's supposed to be an enforcer, right? Okay, but he's only an enforcer if your up front is handling their business. Because if he got to take on blocks consistently, he's gonna wear down. He's gonna wear down. You can find you a safety that can spy, that can blitz, that can pop. That's easy to find. You can find those every year. Every year. But coverage safeties, you can find them, but they just a little bit more harder. Like the Broncos I seen. They the ones that got J.L. Skinner. J.L. Skinner, a bad boy. Watch when he come into fold. You can find them type of people. So I ain't gonna lie. There's some decisions that the front office has made that I don't like. And if we go continue, see, if Dak ain't gonna mess around and spread this ball around, then use Gallup to get rid of Gallup. And just put Tolbert into the fold. This role with CD Cooks, Tolbert, and Turpin when he come back. I mean, let's just be honest. Or that's why I said Dak got the wrong type of wide receivers. I told y'all what he needed. I told y'all he needed that Hunter Renfrow type of wide receiver. I told y'all he needed that. He needed to get another reincarnation of Cole Beasley. See, we cool at tight end, but he needed to get another reincarnation of Cole. And it ain't too late to go get it. It ain't too late. Man, look, as much as this front office has done some good things, it also has done a lot of bad things. But right now, the bad things are overweighing all the good they have done. Of avoiding certain contracts, avoiding certain people, signing something back. There's contracts like the Dak contract. That's hurting his team right now. Gallup, that's hurting his team right now. Gallup hasn't even give you anything remotely close to a 12, 13 mil. And this is going on his second season. He hasn't given you anything close to the 12, 13 that he getting. Anything nowhere close. Donovan Wilson, you're not going to get an ROI on Donovan Wilson. You're not going to get an ROI. I'm sorry. I think Donovan Wilson get ready to steal money. You're not going to get an ROI on Donovan Wilson. You're just not. It's just not going to happen like that, y'all. We can go ahead and wish upon a star, but it's just not going to happen like that. I'm telling y'all right now. It's just not going to happen. We is not going to get the ROI on him. Curse, don't bring him back. Don't bring him back. You know, it's just, yeah. See, you got to understand, okay, they say that them boys is the heart and soul. Leighton is the heart and soul, but okay, they may be the heart and soul of your locker room, but let's look at how solid your locker room is, though. How really solid is your locker room? How really solid is, can you trust them guys to the next to you to go ahead and perform? You see time and time again, shit, that ain't the locker room I want to be in. These leaders allow me to get my ass beat by the Niners 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row. Shit. What? Come on. So they bringing the wrong people back. Sometimes you just got to just let go. Sometimes you just got to just let go and just move on and just build. It's okay. You see what the Chiefs do? They thought, oh, Mahomes needed Tyreek Hill. Won a bowl. They roster got a nice turnaround. Still won a bowl. Yeah, Pat Mahomes is the denominator, but that fool won a bowl with Mark Valdez Scantling in what? Boo Boo Smith? Boo Boo Smith Schuster? Come on. Come on. So we gotta address some things. We gotta we gotta address some things. We got to address some things, and they got to see. They got to do a whole bunch of addition by subtraction. They need to have a fire sale and buy. They need to be sellers and buyers by the deadline. Because with the makeup of your team right now, you can't beat the Niners. You ain't gonna be in the playoffs. You ain't gonna beat a team that's physical. You ain't if you play Detroit. See, you might beat Detroit in the season, but in the playoffs, you see Detroit with the makeup that you got, you can't beat them. You can't beat them. Because one thing Detroit got is an offensive line. You can't beat them. Like I said, you could beat them in the regular season, but in the playoffs, you ain't gonna beat them. So until you go ahead and address what need to be addressed as far as up front and who's running behind that, yeah, all right, good luck. Good luck. I hope Jerry and them listening to this. because if they not, man, we just out here doing this for nothing. We just doing this for nothing. We getting our hopes up for nothing. We getting our hopes for nothing. Right. That's my thing. That's my thing. We got a scary ass quarterback. Quarterback scared than a mug. Come on, I can't win with no scary ass quarterback. The Niners got in his head that damn bad. See, just like cornerback, my quarterback got to have a short memory. My quarterback got to be fearless, and he not fearless. You see Dak do all these good things, but like I said, even though Dak had done some things well this year, Dak ain't did nothing this year to show you like, damn, Dak won us that game, right? You can look at Tony, be like, damn, Tony won that game, right? You can go ahead and look at that Buffalo Bills on that Monday night, be like, shit, Tony won that game. Like, you got to be able to overcome things. Tony Romo threw 5 interceptions that night and still went on the head and drove you down for the field goal. See, that's greatness, though, right? You're not gonna play your best game all the time, though. But even when you in a position, you got to be able to overcome the first 50 minutes and go ahead and ball out the last 10. But Dak Prescott will never do none of that. He just ain't got it. And that was wrong. Look. One of my things this was one of my things. I said, Dak Prescott, it's gonna look ugly, but I think like at the end, Dak Prescott could have a mental makeup to win games. Boy, was I wrong. See, I knew that Dak Prescott wasn't gonna give us nothing pretty, but I thought that he was gonna at least win for us. Well, shit, boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. I was wrong. Yes, yep. That's another one we was talking about Terminator of paying TP. I'll go ahead and exchange. I exchanged TP for Jacobs. I'm telling you, I exchanged that. TP looked more like a Raider anyway, and Jacob looked more like a Cowboy. I'll be honest. That's something that I would like. You could, like I said, just with the running back position alone, you could knock like 3 birds with one stone with that. The defense, Dak, and giving your offensive identity just with one running back. Or if you don't want to do that, go get that Denver running back. Go get Williams or something. If you want to go ahead and cheaper, that's all I'm saying. Just there's a lot that's going on that we miss. And one thing that I'm seeing now, we're gonna say that we probably hit with Overshawn. We could, I don't know. I'll wait though, but I think it's safe to say that though. But you just never know. But this track record of this team drafting linebackers lately, it's been ridiculous. It's been horrible. It's been horrible. They'll hit every once in a while. You find a Sean Lee here and there, but lately it's been kind of horrible. It's been horrible. And then the cold thing about it is you went on ahead and drafted Schoonmaker in the 2nd round. And he has produced nothing like a second rounder. Now, I'm not saying that he's supposed to go ahead and just be the all. He's just supposed to be just coming out and just balling. But let me tell y'all something. For you to draft somebody like him in the second round, I definitely expected a whole lot more production, though. I didn't expect no Pro Bowl a year, no very great year or nothing, but I expected a whole lot more than what he giving me. And y'all remember, like I said, what I said about him. I said he a short to intermediate catcher, and he can block. And Will McClain them, Jerry was telling me that that's enough to get in the second round. That shit ridiculous to me. That's hella ridiculous to me. JT. Yeah, JT only getting, I think when I looked at his contract on the guarantee, JT only getting $9 million a year. That's why I had made that that's why I had asked for Jacobs, because I know that Jacobs won't get what Jonathan Taylor getting, because Jonathan Taylor kind of setting the tone of what the running backs is gonna get, and TP getting paid. See, TP getting paid right now more than Jonathan Taylor on guaranteed money with the 10 mil. See, that's why I'm like, oh shit, maybe I can get Jacobs for 2-3 years on a good 7-8 million. You know, I'll do that. I would do that. You know, but shit, I'll take on the Jonathan Taylor contract for 9, because he can be able to he'll get you that. He'll get you that. And then probably after that contract, he'll probably be done though. But I'm just the one thing that I know, that the way this team is going to go and what we got right now, this team need a real running back. That's one thing I do know. That is one thing that I know for sure. In TP, we just ain't used TP the way that we supposed to. We kind of wasted TP. We thought TP is a backup. TP ain't no real number one running back, and I don't know why that he went on ahead and treating him as such. Shame on the offense for doing this. But with that being said, that's what we got right now. And in order to get the most out of TP again, you gonna have to put him in a same situation with like we did with him and Zeke last year, with him and Rico. That's the only way that you're gonna go ahead and get the most out of TP. Because if you keep running TP 25 times against the New York Jets type of shit, all right. Yeah, all right. All right. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I just like Deuce for the backup. Deuce gonna be nothing more than a backup. But I like Deuce though. I like Deuce. I'm gonna be patient with Deuce. Right now, poor little fella. That man can't read. He can't right now. He visionless right now. Poor little fella. He visionless right now. You gonna have to keep putting him in space right now till he go ahead and grow. he be running in this, he be running into other people. I'm like, poor little fella. Poor little fella. He ain't ready right now. But shit, he gonna have to be ready this week though, because he gotta return the ball this week. So he gotta return that ball this week. He gotta return the ball for a month at minimum. So sure, he better be ready now. Because Turpin, that's a loss. You know, they've been using him more, but they ain't even using Turpin the way they're supposed to. Just think that if you had Shanahan with this type of offense on what he be doing to fools, man, they probably be putting up 40 points a game. Now, when I look back at that film the other day, yes, it wasn't all like Mike McCarthy did have some bad concepts. He did call some bad plays though, but I'm looking at Dak hand the ball off with 8-9 in the box. Like, why you not gonna check out of that? They're telling you, look, we know we don't want you to get going running the ball. We want you to beat us. And we'll even zero coverage you. We'll even man on man you. And we still don't think that you're good enough to beat. You know how disrespectful that is. You know how You know how garbage that they have to think that your quarterback is for them to mess around and one on one you with one of your best wide receiving core that you didn't had in a long time, and still know that your quarterback can't beat them. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous for him to continue to run in 8, 9 man boxes instead of getting out of that. You telling me that's you telling me that he can't get out of that and throw something quick? Come on, man. That's crazy. So of course, Mike McCarthy can get some of the blame and he will get all the blame. But nah, I need my quarterback to go ahead and be better mentally than that. Yeah. Shit, hey, Terminator, don't tell me that Dak Prescott out here feeling sorry because he ain't got his boy. If he out here still out here reminiscing on what he be doing with Zeke right now, then they really need to can his ass because I can't get with that. You out here crying about your boy. Well, go to the New England Patriots then. Shoot, go follow him there, cause man, come on. Like he just soft minded. He just soft minded. He just ain't got it. He ain't got no confidence. Like I said, I knew it was something when I seen my quarterback getting pieced up before he came here in that parking lot. I knew it was something then. But they sit over there and mangled his top. When I knew they mangled that boy top, I said, oh man, he better go call makeup. Mako. Yeah. See the cold thing. See, look, with over there in the Patriots though, Bill Belichick keep going ahead and thinking that he got Tom Brady. They out here giving this what Mac Jones supposed to do with a bum offensive line and 2 tight ends. He ain't got no outside wide receivers. See, Bill Belichick living in the Tom Brady days. He want to go ahead and have these type of wide receivers and 2 tight ends. See, he keep building like he got Tom Brady instead of going ahead and evolving. Bill Belichick hasn't evolved on offense, and they thinking that he's supposed to do something with that. Come on, he can't do nothing with that. Devontae Parker always hurt. Like who does he really have to throw to at the end of the day? So of course that'll go ahead and be something on the. I think Mac Jones. I bet you would have changed the scenery and some more weapons. I bet you Mac Jones would be decent because they act like this man didn't go to the Pro Bowl with some of the stuff that he had got going on. So he got some of the right stuff. You know, ain't nobody expecting him to be no Tom Brady, no Aaron Rodgers though. I think he's a solid quarterback. I honestly still do. I honestly still think I think he's solid. Because we ain't gonna act like he didn't play the Jets and the Dolphins good. Just because he got our ass like, come on, it's something with Bill in there. Like Bill just not evolving. And of course the quarterback gonna be to blame, but in all reality, the reason why Bill ain't getting the blame because he won them bowls with Tom Brady, and Bill should get a lot of that blame. Just like Mike McCarthy's going to get the blame for Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott and had 3-4 offensive coordinators, and he gives you the same result in big games. But they want to go ahead and blame it on the coach. Understand it's not your coach. We don't went on ahead and we done tried this and tried that, and you still get the same result. When are you going to look at the common denominator? You know? I for sure would take Mac Jones over Dak. Y'all remember I made that post. I said, man, Mac Jones, what he do to that offense, shoot. This thing of Mac Jones came up over here. I bet you might. We'll be in that game at least with Mac Jones. I'm telling you, Mac Jones got some confidence to him too. Bill Belichick might break it though, but he got some confidence to him. You look at the Niners quarterback. You don't need no elite quarterback to do no damage in this league. You just need somebody with some confidence and that can actually be a quarterback. He don't need to have no strong arm. He don't need to have nothing. Like Joe Burrow got hands like a newborn baby, but he tossing that rock. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at in the film sessions. Uh, I paid attention to something different. I was just paying attention a lot to the wide receivers and how the concepts. Yeah, it was kind of bad. It was kind of bad, but uh, I still don't go ahead and give Dak a pass because Dak should be so evolved and he should be so comfortable in his offense that he should pull a Tony Romo and be like, "No, we're not running that, Mike. We're gonna run this." They need to be copying the Niners coming up. They need to be copying them on some real stuff. What they did to us, they need to go ahead and implement that. We need to be seeing that against the Chargers. And the Chargers got Eckler coming up. I ain't watched that film yet. I'm ready to watch some today. But the Chargers got Eckler. Man, they get ready to run that damn ball. Nah, he not. Hell nah, he not. Yeah, Mike just gonna have to give it up. Mike gonna have to give it to Schottenheimer and just let it go. Just let it go. See, I think part of that though, a little bit though, is because he don't trust Dak. But hey, if you can't, even though you don't trust Dak, you still can't do that. You still gotta be better. If Dak hurts you, just hurts you, because Dak either with you checking the ball down, being conservative or not, that ain't gonna stop Dak from hurting you, because Dak even against the Jets, Dak was getting ready to go ahead and turn that game over. Just think if Sauce Gardner was getting ready to get that pick six, Dak would have changed the game just right then and there off of one decision when Mike was calling an official game to protect the ball. He's still gonna see. Look, Dak gonna find a way to kill you regardless. So you might as well just go ahead and unleash him, especially when you got all these wide receivers in this offensive line supposed to protect you. You might as well unleash them. No matter what you do, Dak gonna kill you regardless. So you might as well go ahead and pop your stuff. Get your best stuff out. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, Mike McCarthy definitely ain't exempt from blame because he definitely has some bad plays. Uh, definitely has some bad play, but you know, shoot, whether it's Mike, Kellen, Jason, Linehan, Dak still ain't group. So unless Brian get ready to go ahead and give us a whole lot of read, like I said, Brian and Mike ain't gonna force him to run the ball, and then no matter what you do, anyways, still ain't gonna work. They let him have it last year, and shit, he get ready damn near throw 20 interceptions. So just I don't know. That's facts, Terminator. Facts, facts, facts. He could just tell Mike F you and run his stuff. He could tell Mike F you and run his stuff. Be like, nah, we're not running that, Mike. We gotta run this. Like, that's what I just need Dak to grow some goddamn nuts. That's all I'm saying. Tell Mike, no, we're not doing this. We're doing this. That's all I'm saying. Like, it ain't even that hard. It really ain't that hard. He making it harder than what it should be. Damn, that's pissing me off. It really is. It's running 8-9 in the box. They should have went on ahead and showed that. One Porter was saying, damn. I mean, because they did say that him and Mike McCarthy sat down and they picked out the plays that Dak was comfortable with. So evidently, Dak couldn't adjust to the whole playbook. So really, we could look at it as maybe the playbook is even more condensed because Dak is not comfortable with the other half of the playbook. Because look, even though even though there was some bad play calling, I also seen some things where Dak was just looking at one half of the field. I also seen that if Dak had a little bit more patience, there might have been something coming along the sideline. So, a lot of that go hand in hand. It was Dak and Mike at the end of the day. Like I said, Dak need to learn how to throw the ball away. Uh, Sometimes Dak be forcing the ball. He need to learn how to throw the ball away. He didn't play that bad. Yeah, it's hit or it's hit or miss. Teflon, it's hit or miss with him. It's and right now with Dak over the course of his years, he's doing a lot of missing. His percentile of hitting, it ain't even 50%. This thing, if we even had a 50%, we'd be all right. Yeah, they can't. They can. Yeah, regardless of the play calling or not, time man, they can't. They can't blame them 3 picks on Mike. That's for sure. That's for sure. They can't blame that on Mike. He could have just ate it. He could have just, you know what I mean? He could have ate it, threw it away. Just because it ain't there don't mean you force it in. I know you're down, but go make a play with your legs, like you said that you should have did against Arizona. He just ain't no playmaker. He a big quarterback that can run, and he's just really big and goofy for nothing. When in all reality, he really big and goofy for nothing. It's crazy, y'all. Yep, for sure. Yeah, this game we're gonna see it this week. We're gonna see how they're gonna bounce back. We're gonna see if they bounce back. If they get their ass beat, you just know that you are with some mentally weak individuals. Your whole team is mentally weak if they can't bounce back and play a game against the Chargers. In our reality, they should beat the Chargers. In our reality, they ain't got no Mike Williams. They just got Palmer, Keenan, and Johnston, and they got the tight end. Was it Everett? Hey, is Slater playing or is he hurt? I can't remember if he playing or hurt. And then they got old boy from what was it, Boston College? Eckler. I see Eckler, he get ready to play. They got Bosa in the mix, Kim Murray at linebacker. Uh they got Shante. Shit, is Darren James playing? I don't know. I got you. We're gonna check all that out. We're gonna figure all this out because I'm getting ready to go look at some film in a little bit. We ready to see what's going on with this team, seeing how they bounce back. We know it's gonna look different though because Eckler, he coming back, but if they out there still sinking, look, if this team get their ass beat by the Chargers, right then and there, this team mentally weak. I already think it's mentally weak when you go ahead and your leaders are mentally weak. The body go as the head, and if the head is Dak Prescott, I tell you right now about what's going on with your team because I don't think they believe in him. I don't think they believe in Dak. I don't believe in Dak. CD don't believe in Dak. Gallup love Dak because they know he gonna get the ball, but don't nobody else believe in him. We gonna see y'all. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Until next time, y'all.